Welcome, Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights. This is an episode about my opening experience for some hangers and blasters and value packs, fat packs that I got from Huggins Auctions, now a division of REA, but I still have affection for the way Huggins does things, where they put together some larger lots that are not quite wholesale, but not quite retail either, kind of in between. These were lots I bought in their auction. I had a great time bidding, except that one or more people kept bidding me up a little bit more than what I wanted to bid, but that I had my mind made up, and that is dangerous. Don't go into an auction thinking I really want to win, think I really want to get a good deal, unless you have to have it. And this was, like I said, an experiential purchase. I was hoping to make money too, and I will report on that. But thanks, sponsors: Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, Heritage Auctions, Huggins Auctions, Mike Stadium Sports Cards, Burbank Sports Cards, ComC.com, and Beckett Media, Beckett Grading, Beckett Authentication. So again, thanks to Huggins and Scott for providing this enjoyment and for taking my money. I had three different lots. One was basketball, one was football, one was baseball. I really wanted to win the basketball, and I thought the football would probably be a good deal, and I thought the baseball maybe wouldn't be that great, but I was open to getting it at a good price. In the back of my mind, I wanted to triple my money, and I wanted to buy it right so that I could make whatever money I paid on each of the lots. I could get the money that I paid once I broke. I could have just parsed it out and sold groups of things, because I think I paid half price for all this unopened stuff from what I could see. So I was thinking that I'd like to get my money back three different ways. So I'd like to triple my money. One is to get my money back from ComC. I sell player lots on ComC, and I thought maybe I can there's going to be some good players in there. If you have 100 LeBron James or 50 LeBron James or Patrick Mahomes, you can sell that on eBay. Just shoot a picture, throw them out there, and they'll sell. So I was hopeful that eBay, ComC, and then I really wanted to get my money back. The other kicker was to get for my card wall cards that I would keep. In other words, I'm going to sell stuff on ComC, I'm going to sell stuff on eBay, but then I really was hoping that I would get some good cards for my card wall and good cards that I keep. The local guys I like to show my friends that come over. I think I failed on all three. I don't think I got my money on all three. Now, altogether, I probably did okay. Again, if you don't consider the labor factor, which I consider labor to be a negative cost in the sense that I enjoyed it so much, I would have paid to sort these cards. Again, assuming that they're mine. I don't really want to, somebody would have to pay me to sort their cards, but to sort my own cards, I like doing that. So I had a good experience. It's going to help my eBay sales. It's going to improve my eBay lots. It's going to add some fresh inventory to my ComC. Again, the typical stuff that I don't usually get. And it's going to improve my dollar box technique, because I now have a greater familiarity with some of those products. Most of these were from 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So 19, 20, 21, 22. And then lastly, it's giving me some fodder for podcasting. I always want to have sports card insights, and so I hope to have them for you. One of the bottom lines here is that I'm telling you, if you look at a package and it says there's a rare card inside, trust them, it's really rare. I've opened hundreds of these packs, and if they say it's rare, it's really rare, and it's also scarce, meaning hard to find, meaning I didn't find. So I didn't get any loaded packs. I'm pretty sure they were not, I'm positive they weren't CT scanned. It's just, I was having a learning experience. I thought if I buy at half price, surely I will get a good deal. Surely I will make money on that. And I really didn't, in the sense of anybody other than me. I have these three avenues. I'm going to make money, but I'm not going to make very much. The reason I think I bought it at half price is I looked on eBay, and I don't just look at eBay and what was the last one sold. I try to say, if I wanted to go buy these, I'd look and see, number one, some of them are not available. They weren't the most popular years, but some of them were not even available at all from DA Card World or even on eBay. That also sometimes means low supply but low demand. But if they were available, I usually, just like I did in my price guide days, if there were three different groups available that were similar in quantity to what I had, I generally look at the middle price one. I wouldn't take the lowest one or the highest one. And so it was hard to price it out. I started out doing that, and I got to the point where each one of them seemingly was half or a little bit less than half. In fact, some of the products, DA Card World was out of stock and even had a buy. But again, it's not worth the hassle for me. Some of these were $10 hangers, $7 hangers, $5 hangers. It was a $5 hanger and I got it for $2.50. Surely I made money. No, I didn't make money. So a lot of those packs had less than $2.50. But if I would have resold without opening, I could have made a little bit of money, but I would have not had the fun. And Rich was telling me, hey, who doesn't love to open packs? I actually don't like to open packs. I love to see unopened packs already open. I was opening packs for a long time, like it seemed like days. And I'll tell you who else doesn't like opening packs. That's the cat. The cat was just going crazy with all the crinkling and the ripping. Like I said, I had bags and bags of collateral materials, trash. You get this big box for this one pack in there, or hanger packs where you just. So I filled up trash bags. But as I said, when I go to the dollar box, I'm almost never going to get a card, something that I can slab and put on the wall. I just don't. They're not good enough. I get good cards, but not great cards, and I'm fine with that. Okay, the 3 lots, I won each one of them, and I'm pretty sure they were from the same consignor. They were very similar. I'm very well versed on basketball, who the players are. Football, I'm pretty good. Baseball is very difficult because you've got so many minor leaguers and prospects that are a few years away. Now, you would think that if it's 20, 21, 22, 2019, in those years, the players would have made it up, but I'm still getting Jason Dominguez in there, and the jury potentially is still out on him. I wound up buying the baseball first. I got caught in the auction, as some of you may have. There were these 3 lots. I really wanted to win the basketball, and I really thought I could get some savings. If I bought more than one, I'd get a combined shipping or something. So the baseball, there wasn't as much interest in it, and now I realize now that it wasn't as good of a deal. So I was bidding on that, and I had a lot more competition in football and basketball, and so the baseball was getting ready to close, and I thought, I better win that. I don't want to be shut out. Again, wrong idea. So I won the baseball at not a horrible deal. And then next, okay, so I'm still in the lead for basketball, and then somebody outbids me for basketball. Football's getting ready to close. I think, gosh, the football's still a pretty good deal, but I really want the basketball, but I might not get the basketball because there may be somebody that wants it worse than me. So I bid one more time on football. I won football. Now I got the baseball and the football, and I think now I really have to win the basketball. And I had to go 2 more bumps to win the basketball, and I did. And then I'm waiting week and a half or so to get the cards and open these big boxes of. I said the boxes are gigantic because the blasters take up so much room. There's a whole big box of blasters, and when you add it all up, it fits in a double shoe with a giant box. And the weight, and there was some weight there too. Okay, I don't buy this kind of stuff when I go to a card show because I just don't pay attention. I know the dollar boxes. I know what's a good deal there. And now I probably do know a little bit about which hangers, which value packs to go for, but I think I'm not going to do that anymore. But afterwards now I can see that I did get some good stuff with some bad stuff, but I had to take it all. In general, as I looked on eBay and had made some notes, the lower the price on eBay, the lower the yield was. So the market is way more efficient than I thought. That if it was a $15 hanger, that would be pretty good. If it was a $10, $5, same thing with blasters. If it's available for 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, it was related to mostly what you're going to get, but even more so what you had the potential to get. And some of these things, it just was so unlikely that you would get something good. So much of what Rich was asking me, and I thought of 90% of what I opened would be in a quarter box at best. 1 in 10 might be in a dollar box, and 1 in 100 would be better. So not great, but I bought a whole bunch. And I've said, if you open wax, you're going to get a pleasing result. You're going to get a really good deal that you're happy about 1 out of 10 times. And that would seem to be about right. I thought my odds would drastically improve if I was buying at half price. It didn't. It improved in the sense that I got my average yield, my expected value. If I paid $5, I probably got $5 worth of cards most of the time, but I rarely got more than $10. 1 out of 10, I got more than $10 worth of cards, and it's a $10 nominal pack that I got for $5. So I wanted to get some huge cards. I didn't. It's because they're tough. In fact, I don't know that I got a single card that was worth more than $100 out of thousands of cards. So I don't think my math was faulty. I thought if I get a $10 hanger, you can buy it on eBay as much as you want for $10, and you're going to get an average of $7.50 of cards for that. I said, but surely if I'm paying $5, because I'm paying half of the $10, I'm going to do okay. I didn't do great. It really didn't do great. In fact, the secondary market pricing is way more efficient than I had thought. In other words, if a $5 hanger is too good a deal, it's sold out. It's gone. Or they raise the price. But usually the only reason there's an increase in the price is if a rookie emerges. So if somebody comes up from 1922, a quarterback that gets a second chance, the Sam Darnold thing, although he predated this, that would increase the price. But like I said, I looked at DA Card World, and when they're sold out, sometimes they're offering to restock and sometimes they're not. It's just because it's out of sight and out of mind. I went through it really quickly and I had a great time. I love to go fast. Like I said, the unboxing was not fun, but the reveal is fun. My moral of my story is the dollar box is all reveal. The wrappers are already off. All I got to do is leaf through and pull out and make a pile of these are the ones I want. And I try to just treat this exercise the same. Unfortunately, if I had spent the equivalent money on a dollar box, I would have done a lot better. But this deal on its own, still not a bad deal. And I've got dozens or scores of LeBron James now and Luka Doncic. Most of them are base, but still I have them. And these are years I'm not as familiar with. Every time you open up the base cards within these packs, there were 60% to 90% of the cards in the pack were base cards. And those are strictly going to eBay. Didn't get very many autographs or many game use. I got what I was supposed to get. And some of those can be in the dollar boxes. So I'm not getting, unless it's a really good player, you're not going to hit a home run with that. Pretty much always got what I was promised. Again, a lot of this was Panini, certainly in the basketball and football. A lot of it was Topps, certainly in the baseball, other things, a little bit of wild card on some of it. But 99% of the time I got at least what was promised. But 100% of the time I didn't get what they said was rare, not 100. But the other moral of the story, another sports card insight, I did better with the better brands. I did better with the thicker cards. I did better with the shinier cards. They just have higher prices. It's a higher quality card, higher quality brand, higher thickness, production value. It means that those inserts or those parallels or even some of those base cards for the Tom Brady's are saleable. And when I'm going through the dollar boxes, I'm not confused about the colors, especially when you're dealing with basketball and football with Panini. But some colors are really easy. And I wasn't thinking they were that easy, but after you open a bunch of packs and you get a bunch of pink mosaics, you realize that they are prevalent in a certain kind of product. Most of these were retail. And it used to not matter how much retail was produced because it didn't find its way back into the hobby as much. But that's no longer the case. If they put a bunch of retail there, it's being bought by LCSs. It's getting into the hobby. And so a retail insert or retail parallel still could be really prevalent. And I saw that firsthand. My dollar box strategy had a pass on common refractors and colored prisms. Some of the things that are every pack or every other pack or every fourth pack. And I could see that happening because those are higher supply. Even though they're nice looking cards, they're higher supply. I'm really looking for lower supply. But in this case now, I picked up some of those and I'm going to do fine with those because I realize now if demand is also high, but only for the GOATs usually, you're going to be able to sell these really nice looking distinctive refractors and colored prisms and patterned cards. Anyway, the final more of the story is, and this goes for me, but it might go for you too, is this was an experiment and it was a successful experiment because I learned. I don't need another experiment to learn now that I need to stay in my lane. As I've said, if I made 50% on doing this with a lot of work, I am always trying to make at least double my money and triple my money when I'm in the dollar box. That's my lane. And this experiment helped me with my lane. If you go to a card show, you're learning by what you're seeing and what you're buying, but you also need to be learning of knowing what not to buy, what is not a good deal. And for me now, going forward, I think I need to be more aggressive. In fact, that's one of my thoughts for 2025 is I need to be more aggressive selling and less aggressive buying. So sorry, Huggins and Scott, no more fun for me buying lots like this anymore. But I really appreciated this one and I appreciated getting it to me in a timely manner, boxed up. But the trash man didn't like the fact that we had extensive trash during that week. So anyway, thanks everybody. Have a great time and welcome to the new year. And I will see you again in a couple days.
The man in the house of cards. The man in the house of cards. The man in the house of cards is